Years and Years Night Call album review. Let's chat about it. Hey guys, what's going on? John here from What's Spinning here, and let's chat about the latest from Years and Years, aka Ali Alexander. He is an electropop star from the UK. He's been it for a few years now. Years and Years used to be a sort of a trio. Now it's kind of a solo act. And around the time of 2015's Communion, I thought actually Years and Years were going a little underrated. They were putting out some pretty sharp electropop with some big hooks and passionate performances. I mean, yeah, it was borderline top 40 at times, but if that was my own complaint, honestly, they were doing it pretty well. Not only that, but some of its nods to old school R&B as well as classic dance music, just, I don't know, it scratched some itches. Now, the next Years and Years album, Palo Santo, honestly, this was an album that was a little rough for me. It's one that I had a lot of very conflicting thoughts on. For the most part, this was a major downgrade of an album. There is straight garbage on here, absolute trash in pop and electropop. Trust me, I never want to hear If You're Over Me ever again. But on the opposite side of that, tracks like Hallelujah and Sanctify, as well as the title track, were really classy pop tunes that I very much so enjoyed. There was just zero medium on this album. There was either really great moments or unlistenable garbage. But at the end of the day, I've always had at least some things to enjoy about Years and Years music. But these new singles leading up to this new album, oh boy. So much of this album, too much of this album is just way too polished for me to enjoy most of it. Intimacy, like this is where I draw the line. This track is garbage. Listen, there are a couple of very well crafted, steamy pop tunes on this album, but this is straight goofy. Listen, there is a serious rhyme and reason and a method to a steamy, sort of sexy pop jam. This is not it. This misses the mark so much and just sounds like really, really underwhelming Prince worship. Then we have Crave, which I think is one of my least favorite tracks here, maybe the worst track here. This is really rough. This is radio pop, but not even good radio pop. This is underwrote and completely uninspired and really poorly performed. You also get this album's title track, Night Call. Not for this, man. At first, I didn't think it was that bad, but it's lessened on me since I listened to the rest of the album. This has components that I don't usually hate, like this chorus. It's pretty freaking huge. But everything else about this track is okay. We went from classy synth pop to a muddled, muddy, just really too polished work so fast. And it's a shame because when Years and Years are on, they still can craft a pretty decent pop tune. Take, for example, Consequences, this album's intro. This is sharp. The bass is strong. This hook is huge. I just can't say no to this. It's not like Years and Years can't put out really slick, well-performed, well-wrote pop music. This is it right here. I also love the retro tinge to it. Starstruck is also really sharp. I mean, screw borderline top 40. This is top 40 practically. But man, is it ever really well done. Just like really classy. And it's pretty steamy as well. And Sweet Talker, I think it's the best track here. This track is awesome. Like if you're going for a singular sound, one sound from Years and Years, just look no further than this. I love the glistening production that we get here from Galantis, which I've never thought I would ever be able to say. My God. Also, the sort of new disco vibes on this track are really nice as well. Overall, though, it's gotta be a no from me, dog. This is terrible. Sooner or Later is not a good tune. I wish I could give this a thumbs up. I wish I could give this half a thumbs up. So much of this album is like faceless though, and Sooner or Later is certainly that. Between the dime a dozen beat in this harmony that just seems so recycled from their other work, this is just not exciting. 20 minutes is just so bland and boring. This isn't even catchy anymore. We're past that. And we're even further away from steamy. I just can't help but shrug at this. Strange and Unusual actually is a pretty decent late album treat though. I love the very thick production and how heavy this beat is. I do really like the pacing here. It actually makes this track pretty steamy. It's just something new from Years and Years. I feel like they put a little effort here. Make It Out Alive is just a little too whimsical for me. I don't hate the thought of Years and Years going for this sound. I actually think they could do it some justice, but this is just too light and too airy. It's too flimsy. It sounds like it's gonna fall apart at any moment. It's terrible, and See You Again as a finale, I actually don't hate the production or the beat here. Those are actually pretty slick. At the end of the day, though, it's Ali Alexander's vocals on this performance that just rubbed me the wrong way, man. I don't know. This album is not what I was hoping that it would be. You know, years and years have always put out some tunes here and there that I thought were genuinely classy, passionate, and very catchy pop tunes. And there are certainly a few of those here. As a matter of fact, some of the singles on this album are really, really, really good at the end of the day and are going to stick with me still for a while. But overall, I can't give this album a pass. I can't even give it a half thumbs up. So much of it is over polished and overproduced and underwhelming at the end of the day. I'm feeling a light 4 on this album, but let me know what you guys think down below. If you like the video, be sure to give us a like, give us a subscribe, and let me know down below what you would like for me to chat about in the future. And until next time, have a great day, guys.